Hello everyone, this is Latha Akula. In this video, we are going to study about cytokinesis. In the last video, we have completed karyokinesis where the nucleus of the cell divides in four phases. That is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. So in these four phases, nucleus divides. But there is no division of cytoplasm, right? Here, for the formation of the two daughter cells, not only the division of nucleus, but also the cytoplasm of the cell also need to be divided. So in this cytokinesis, how the cytoplasm of the cell will divide, we'll see. Here, in the cytokinesis, what is the meaning of chitos? Chitos means cell or hollow. Kinesis means movement. Here, the cytoplasm of the cell divides. And this phase is the last phase or the end phase of the cell division. Because the karyokinesis lead to the cytokinesis, right? So this is the last phase in the cell division. And here, after karyokinesis, the cytoplasm of the cell divides into two daughter cells. And each daughter cell has the own nucleus, cytoplasm and cell organelles. And in some conditions, the karyokinesis is not followed by the cytokinesis. That means what? The nucleus divides, but the cytoplasm will not divide. In that condition, a cell with cytoplasm which contain many nuclei are seen. That condition, the cell with many nuclei is called as syncytium. This condition is seen in some example like coconut. Liquid endosperm of the coconut, this syncytium condition is seen where the cell consists of many nuclei. And here, the cytokinesis process, it varies in animal cell and plant cell. So, it differs in both animal cell and plant cell. In animal cell, if you see, the plasma membrane is present. If you see in the plant cell, there is additional layer is present, that is cell wall is present. But in animal cells, there is no cell wall. Only plasma membrane is seen. Here, from the plasma membrane, there is a furrow develops. What is this? There is a constriction develops, right? This is called furrow. This furrow that will deepens. So that deepens in the centripetal direction. In which direction? Centripetal. That means periphery to center. Periphery to center. That furrow will deepens, and finally the constriction follows, and that separates the two daughter cells. And each daughter cell has its own nucleus, cytoplasm and cell organelles. This is the cytokinesis process seen in the animal cell. If we say in the plant cell, it is different from the animal cell. In the plant cell, we say there is a cell wall is present. And here, how the plant cell divides? By means of cell plate. How it divides? It divides by means of cell plate. Here, animal cell divides by means of the formation of furrow. And here, how the cell plate is formed? Here, there is a formoplast structure is formed from the Golgi apparatus that will grow centrifugally. That means from the center to the periphery. That grows centrifugally and forms the cell plate. This cell plate finally touches the lateral walls and separates the two daughter cells, and these two daughter cells get separated, and each daughter cell has its own nucleus, cytoplasm and cell organelles. Like this, the plant cell cytokinesis occurs. So what happens? See the difference. In animal cell, there is a furrow formation occurs, which will finally deepens in centripetal direction. And whereas in the plant cell, there is a central formation of a cell plate formation which will grow centrifugally from the center to the periphery. Finally, that separates the cell into two daughter cells. So like this, in plant cell and animal cell, the cytokinesis process differs. And the next one we'll see about the significance of the mitosis. So after cytokinesis, the next topic is the significance of mitosis. So here we'll see that different important aspects of the mitosis. For example, growth, repair, reproduction, healing and regeneration, maintenance of cell size and maintenance of chromosome number. All these aspects are done by the mitosis only. Now we'll see the one by one about them. Growth. So here, what is meant by growth? If you see in the multicellular organisms, during reproduction, what will happen? The fertilized egg confuses with the sperm. After fusion of these two gametes leads to the formation of the embryo, and this embryo that undergoes a repeated mitotic division. So many mitotic divisions occurs in the embryo that finally lead to the development of the adult. So that means for the proper growth of embryo into adult, what is required? This mitosis is required. Next, repair. Next process is the repair. That means every day so many cells will be old cells will be worn out, damaged cells will be replaced, and they will be replaced by the new cells. This process is also done by the mitosis. If the old cells and worn out cells have not been replaced by the new cells, then maybe the aging of the cells takes place. Aging process, the old cells will be accumulated in that region, that leads to the overall damage. Next, reproduction. Reproduction in unicellular organisms. What are unicellular organisms? Bacteria, protozoa, all those are the unicellular organisms, right? In that, how the multiplication process occurs. One cell divides into two cells, right? Like the mitosis only. So, in that unicellular organisms, the reproduction is in the form of mitosis. Next, healing and regenerations. Every day in our life, we will get so many wounds and scratches on our body, right? In that condition, what we'll see, there may be scratch or some damage will occur on our skin, anything. There may be wound created on our skin. And after some days, what we'll see, there is no wound will be seen. Because in that area, the new cells are formed, generated by the mitosis, and the healing process occurs. That healing process, the healing of the wounds is done by the mitosis only. And sometimes in some organisms like starfish and a lizard, there may be some parts will be lost. Some body parts will be lost. For example, in lizard, the tail will be broken. After some days, we will see the new tail formation. That is, there is a regeneration of the damaged body parts occurred. That regeneration of the body parts also done by the mitosis only. Next, maintenance of the cell size. Here, somatic cells, after overgrown, they enter into the mitosis. Okay, here the maintenance of cell size is also done by the mitosis, because if the proper cell size is not maintained, the essential functions of the cell will not properly occur. That means for the proper functioning of the cell, it need to maintain the proper size of the cell also. For that also the mitosis process helps. And the last one is maintenance of chromosomal number. Here the number of chromosomes are equally distributed to the two daughter cells by the mitosis. Hence we are calling this as mitosis as equational cell division, because it was distributing equal number of chromosomes into the two daughter cells, right? Here the maintenance of same number of chromosomes is done by the same number of chromosomes in daughter cells is done by the mitosis. These are some of the important aspects of mitosis. The next video we are going to start the meiosis.